cost of living rising, rent, groceries, gas, strawberries, bananas, meat, potatoes, hoes. They all saying that they worth more than they really are. The potatoes and the hoes. You can't even get no good box for $40 no more. Everybody has got inflation. I was looking at a video today that people had sent me inside of my email to review, and the girl was telling other girls on TikTok that some guy had came in her life and she met him at the bar, and now all of a sudden he's whisking her off her feet. Now this chick, in my opinion, was what we would call a former sex worker, meaning that she was out here giving away the box for food. And now she's saying that the price of the brick is going up because some simp found her inside of a hotel bar and decided that he wanted to make her the love of his life, and now he out here paying for the box. And so now you got all of these women inflating the price of the brick. It's not just what Biden is saying. They said that they all getting raises. If the McDonald's workers can make $20 an hour, how come she can't make more money? She said, I'm shaking it for a real one. Inflation is upon us. I thought that we had solved for this. I thought that the Fed's raising the rates was also going to lower the price of the brick across the board. We were resetting our standards and we were putting things back in perspective. But no, that's not what's happening. What's happening out in these streets is fast food, rent, everything is going up and people are complaining.
Consumers are getting a little salty about those fast food meals.
Since when is drive-through like a minimum of $30 for two people to eat?
New inflation data this week confirms that prices at fast food restaurants are on the rise. And consumers, well, they've taken note.
It's getting out of hand out here, bro. I'm gonna have to just start eating ramen noodles like college again.
So why the price increases? In addition to pricier ingredients, labor costs have also been on the rise.
The prices are increasing at a rate that we haven't seen really in modern restaurant industry.
So much so that McDonald's has said it's noticing lower income consumers turning away from Big Macs and opting to cook at home. With food prices at fast food restaurants 5% higher than this time last year, consumers are turning to groceries, where prices have risen at a slower 1.2%. In Orlando, Brooke Benson used to be a super fan of Panera Bread. For 12 years, she used to go 3 to 4 times a week. An outpost near her house showed prices at almost $9 for a bowl for the same soup that cost her about $7 3 years ago.
If I'm going to spend that $8-9, I'd rather get like a sandwich or something that for my family and versus just me getting a bowl of soup.
Panera did not respond to requests for comment. Fast food companies operating on a franchise model insist that prices are up to their franchisees to set, which explains why prices may vary by location.
The franchisor looks at this consumer backlash and is concerned about what this means for their customer base and revenues. And I can tell you, restaurant sales in the back half of last year definitely slowed down for sure.
But consumer backlash may push companies to back off of attempts to pass on costs to consumers, following the social media uproar sparked by Wendy's plans for dynamic pricing.
And $40 more at 3 a.m.
That's crazy, bro. It's so insane that now we've gotten to the point to where you got different restaurants wanting to adjust their pricing like they Uber and Lyft. Surge pricing. You just got out of the club, you drunk, you want a little junior bacon cheeseburger, we're going to have dynamic pricing, and it's actually going to raise the price of the brick. The price of a burger based off of the time that you're buying it. That's insane. That is absolutely crazy. I would have never thought a day in my life that we would get to the point to where they're considering dynamic pricing depending on the time that you actually buy your food. Jesus Christ.
We know you want it.
Wendy's later clarifying it would not use surge pricing like rideshare apps, which increase prices during high demand times. Companies like Chili's are trying to advertise meal deals for under $11, taking direct aim at competitors as consumers look for savings.
So, Brian, I mean, when it comes to these price hikes that so many folks are seeing at so many different fast food restaurants, are there any particular menu items that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, and McDonald's insists that for franchisees, they're the ones that set the pricing, but they say that their apps, no matter where you go, can oftentimes offer coupons or other types of deals. Also look at meal deals if you're buying for the whole family. And then lastly, of course, you can turn to any sort of coupons online, maybe try to plan ahead of time to see if you can get some deals.
Check this out. So in addition to fast food, they saying that inflation across the board, meaning that the cost of you being able to live your everyday life has gone up and the value of the dollar continues to go down. And this is right before election time. This is not the news that Biden want to give y'all.
It comes as no surprise to anyone paying for food, rent, or gasoline that prices are higher. With March inflation higher than predicted, there are new doubts on the Fed's goals to lower interest rates.
It is a hot print and it is sticky. There's no indication that these rates are going substantially lower anytime soon.
That means buyers will continue to pay higher interest on things like home and car loans.
So what's causing it? It's simply the government spending too much money because the government also controls our currency. And that's a deadly combination.
So in addition to the higher prices that comes with you doing the everyday things that you do, we also have the value of the dollar going lower because we continue to print more money and that we're spending on things that actually is not helping the economy or helping the American people. What, you say? How about a migrant crisis? How about another war, Ukraine? How about Israel? How about Taiwan? How about Dayton, Illinois? How about Chicago? How about New York? How about surge pricing and gig workers making $20 an hour? How about what's going on over in California where a minimum wage worker is now making $20+ an hour and that's going to continue to go up over a period of time? How about the national debt and the ceiling continuing to go up, which means that your loan costs, because the Fed is trying to do something that the federal government can't do themselves. And so the Fed continues to raise rates in order to inflict pain on you to try to keep inflation in control. And so now when you guys go out, because the home prices is already too high, mortgages is too high, the rent is too high, and now people are they don't even have as much incentive to compete against institutional investors, which institutional investors, large companies are buying up the majority of property and then renting it back to you guys. And so now it's actually cheaper to rent than you being incentivized to go and buy your own home because the interest rates is too high. And then you won't even be getting any equity in your property unless the property itself appreciate because you're not actually paying on the principal because all of your payments is going to the interest the first 10 to 15 years of you owning the mortgage. And so across the board, and I've been saying this since the beginning of time, is 4 things that people are looking for and they're trying to solve for financially and then personally in order for them to be able to live their life as an American, in order for you to be able to acquire the American dream. Look. I don't even know how y'all doing it. I genuinely don't know how regular people, regular everyday people that go to work every day can survive while also living a fruitful life on their own with no help whatsoever. I don't get it. Yo, listen, I see all of the seats at the concert sold out. I be seeing people taking all of these crazy trips and they be spending all of this money and y'all keep flying back and forth to this foreign country and Dubai and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. I'm investing vigorously. I'm continuously putting money into my 401k. I'm continuing to invest in real estate and building businesses, and I make a crazy amount of money. I have a phenomenal job and I have 8 sources of income coming in, and I still operate off of a budget. And so if I'm operating off of a budget and I'm paying attention to what's going on out here in these streets, how is everybody else just out here just having a good time and just getting it? Honestly, I have not figured out the life hack yet. Everybody just out here getting it. They running it up. They getting to the bag. Now y'all don't even go to Louis Vuitton anymore. Y'all go to Hermes and Chanel. I said, when y'all start graduating from Temu? I thought y'all was still on Temu. I thought y'all was still getting y'all bags from China, fake bags. They said, no, man. And listen, I went to Somerset, which is like the best mall here in Michigan. And I seen a line outside of the Louis Vuitton store. I said, where all of these people getting all of this money? I thought we was in an inflationary recession. Who getting this type of money? I said, we all just winning. We all just running up a bag. Everybody, because when I look at the data, they said that it's more foreclosures, everybody losing their home, People getting kicked out for the rent moratorium. Repos is on a rise. Can't nobody afford a car because the average car note is like $1,000 per car. I said, well, who's doing all of this shopping? And who doing all of this tricking? Women keep telling me that men is out here tricking and paying for their lifestyle. I said, I work my butt off every day. And I know what my bank account is crazy like. And I'm very, very mindful of how it is that we spending our money. We go over with a fine tooth comb. Where is the money going and how is it going that way? Who are these people, Harpo, that's spending all of this money and running it up? How? People don't be having $13 to their name, but they be on a flight somewhere. Like, geez, Lord, are we doing something wrong over there? Crazy.
The typical American household spends $270 more per month on everyday goods than 1 year ago, and over $1,000 per month more from 3 years ago, before inflation shot up to over 9% in 2022. The rising prices mean more Americans are using credit cards than ever before. The average household balance is about $11,000. All combined are nationwide out.
I know I ain't crazy. Marisha, listen, I went to go look at a G-Wagon, the G63. Thank God I waited. I went and looked at a G63. They said, Anton, the demand is so high that we're going to have to tack on $50,000 extra on top of the purchase price for you to be able to get a G63. I said, I know you lying. Listen, I like exclusivity, but I know you lying. He said, but Anton, it's a vehicle above a certain amount of pounds, and you're able to write it off on your taxes. I said, I know you lying. Look. Got me once, you're not going to get me again. Who are these people that's paying $50,000 above asking to the dealer to get them a G-Wagon? I said, I know you lying.
Outstanding credit card debt is a staggering new high, $1.3 trillion. Most troubling is that nearly half of users can't pay their monthly balance.
It means specifically that people are relying a lot on credit to get by month to month. And that is not a great long-term tactic.
That's because most annual percentage rates hover around 21%.
Credit card debt can...
Y'all carrying credit card debt month over month at an interest rate of 21%? I know you lying. Look, I have a zero balance every single month. Zero balance every single freaking month. No way, no how. I'm going to read y'all super chats from the ones that I missed too. No way, no how. Every single month, I have a zero balance every single month. How are these people just out here just winging it, flinging it, going and getting it, and that's the end of the conversation? It's weird to me. It's genuinely weird to me. I have no idea how these people, because even if you spend credit on you, you still got to make payments for it, and you're not even putting down the interest. You're not even putting down the interest.
Snowball very quickly because of the interest rates.
A recent survey found 1 in 4 Americans feel very stressed about their credit card debt.
You can get in over your head very quickly with credit cards.
Sometimes you can avoid the pitfalls.
You can get a credit card that has a 0% APR on it, and you can do a balance transfer.
Or ask for help.
Talk to your lenders or your credit card companies. Give them a call if you can't pay your bills on time. They want to work with you.
In some cases, companies will reduce the minimum payment, interest rate, and fees, as well as offer a structured payment plan. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Let me tell you something, man. The 4 things that people are really paying attention to, not the things that you're getting distracted by. They're going to tell you to get distracted by the police shootings. They're going to tell you to get distracted by the abortion laws. They're going to try to play on your emotions in order to get you to vote a certain way. But let me tell you something. There's 4 things that people are paying attention to in their personal lives that's affecting their everyday struggles. First thing is homelessness. Ain't nobody trying to be living van life, and people are tired of trying to live in a tiny home. People need a place to stay, and it's costing them a lot for them to be able to survive. That's number one. Number two, migrant crisis. People are concerned about the fact that we continue to spend a whole lot of resources and ain't none of them going to protecting the border, but it's going to give them hotel rooms. That's number two. Number three, people want to have love. They want a relationship. And that conversation is forever going to be a big conversation because people want to know the solution of what it takes in order to be successfully married. Real talk. And then regular inflation and cost of living. You want to go be able to do what you want to do, go where you want to go, get rid of the debt, buy some groceries, and then sleep well at night. Those are the four things. Don't get distracted. They absolutely, positively are distracting y'all with things that's not best for y'all in order to keep you under the thumb, lock, and key.